Hello, my friends, and welcome to Sigui Air. Today we're en route to Lyon, France, because we're going to do a ILS approach and landing at the Saint-Exupéry airport there. Just gonna show you how the A2A will handle an ILS approach and flight, and it's way different from what you would do in like an A320 or a CRJ or any of the jets, or even the more sophisticated like the Kodiak or the other the Baron, any of the more sophisticated aircraft that can fly and do vertical navigation on ILS. So I already loaded the approach here. I've used the 750, and I paid for the aircraft and it's available, so I always like to have the latest technology to help me navigate and make me better aware of where I am in terms of the flight and all of that. Situational awareness is very important, so I try to use as much as I can these and the 750 is a fantastic Garmin product here. So I already loaded the approach here, and I'll show you quickly on the map where we are, and we are actually getting ready to hit our first waypoint, which is Aborn, and we need to be at, let's go back to the flight plan, we need to be at 7,000, right? So let's do we're currently cruising at 9,000, so let's do a quick VNAV using the utilities here, the VNAV utility. So we're going to set the target at 7,000, and we want to be at the target waypoint Arbonne. Okay, so it's going to tell us that we should start descending in 1 minute or so, and the vertical speed requires minus it's going to be like minus 400 feet per minute. So I'm going to, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the altitude, hold on the autopilot, and then set our descending rate over here to it's going to tell us maybe about 500, because the target V speed profile is 500. So that's where we're going to set it up. Alright, so let's get ready to do that in 20 seconds. So I'll disconnect that, and then I'll use my trim wheel here and bring it down to the required target descent rate or target profile. And this is the art of flying this aircraft here, because you don't have vertical navigation, and it's I kind of like it. There's a combination between the vertical navigation, and then you manually have to set all these profiles. So let's keep it like that, and in the meantime I will show you if I can click in here. Let's go back, and let's go back to our map, and that's where we are. So that will be our target, 7,000. And let's keep. All right, let's look at the charts for this ILS approach. And let's go back to the flight plan. and that's LFLL, which is Saint-Exupéry. And what we want to do is waypoint information, and we want to view the charts for the ILS. So we need to be at 3,000 when we get to the threshold for the ILS. We're going to be landing runway 35 left. So that would be 3,000. We have, we're going to be setting our radios, and our localizer it's going to be, let's go look at this, 110.75. It's going to be a Cat 3. Yeah, see, that's right, a Cat 3 approach here. Looks like a good profile here. I may pull back on our throttle a bit and get ready for our descent, and check out our descent approach checklist. Alright, so let's go back to the flight plan, and we are about 3.2 nautical miles, and we still got some ways to go here. I think we're doing fine in our profile here, in the descent profile. Alright, let's do our checklist here. We are on our approach. We're gonna keep the autopilot in there because we're gonna use both. You know, we're gonna do a combination of the autopilot. We'll keep it on for the moment. The fuel pump is going to be on, and we'll keep that once we get closer to our ILS landing waypoints. And we're going to check our fuel levels here, and we're doing great on that. We got our tanks, which we're using the right tank right now, and everything else we can wait at this point. Alright, we're still too far away for that, all of the rest of that checklist. Alright, so it looks like see, we got 7,000, and we're going to level off at 7,000, and it looks like we are at the waypoint. So great. Let's look at our map again. Yep, we just crossed that, just a little bit higher than the profile required, but not a big issue here. We're just doing great. So let's come in here. Yeah, we just barely crossed that, and we were at 7,000. And the autopilot is tracking our approach. What we need to just pay attention again is our VNAV profile. So let's go back to our flight plan, and our next waypoint, alright, here we go. Our next waypoint is LL514 in 2.3 nautical miles, so we need to continue our descent to 5,000, so I'll still be a little bit higher on our profile here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the VNAV. We're still good at alright, we're still good at 4.5 nautical miles here, so that's good. Alright, so we need to be at 3,000 over here, so I'm gonna set the VNAV for 3,000. And it's coming pretty fast, so I'm gonna try to start reducing our speed here. So let's go back to utilities, VNAV, target speed will be 3000, enter, and we want to be at waypoint right here. So we need to start in 27 seconds to get that going. Going a little bit fast, so we continue to pull back on our throttle. Let's look at our map here. All right, so we're doing okay. We're a little bit fast here. Yeah, so this is the challenge in this particular aircraft is to keep your VNAV profile correctly set, and just want to be able to do that using your trim and your throttle. All right, we can pull back and just kind of reduce our speed here. Let's go back to our flight plan. And we are a little bit lower than our expected. So I'm just going to level off at 3000 over here. Our horizontal navigation is doing pretty good here. Alright, let's do the rest of the checklist here on our approach. We need to bring the mixture to fully rich. Prop full forward. Carb heat is required. We don't need it. And we'll just wait for the gear and all that stuff. Our course is 354, so we're gonna set that over here. And that's already set. And you can see it on our instruments here, and we are ready to intersect that course for the ILS. Alright, so we're just going to make sure that we continue on our VNAV path.
5 minutes later.
Alright, let's level off at 3000 over here. Pull back on our throttle. And we can see the runway at this point, so we need to bring back, come down to 3000. In order to cross that threshold there. Need to lose some speed here quickly. Alright, level off at 3000, lose some speed. There we go. And we're gonna set the first set of flaps and set our rate to 500 per minute. Flaps. Landing gear. It's a little bit of a struggle here for the autopilot, but it's not doing a bad job. I have to manually continuing to set that VNAV. Let's go back to our map here. Looks like we are on our glide horizontal, doing great. It's trying to catch that glide slope here. We'll keep that speed around 100. Alright, so we may have to take over. Just try to help it out here. I see that 35. Left here. Over there. We should be turning. I'm just gonna leave it and see what the autopilot is going to do here. Yeah, I think that it's trying to turn. It's not doing a good job with it, so that's the challenge. So we want to try to follow our instrumentation here, and so we are beyond that. So let's take over here and do this manually, because the autopilot is not keeping up with the required ILS. So let's do another set of flaps. I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. Fuel pump on. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Landing lights. And doing great. All right, so we are right on it over here, and we're just gonna start turning left a bit. Our glide path is looking pretty good. Speed is good. Last set of flaps, landing flaps. Check out those pappies. Can I see the pappies? Sometimes it's very hard to see these pappies over here. Speed is good, and we have reached our minimums. Continue. Doing great. Three-degree angle here as required. I still don't see those pappies. It's a little bit fast here. I'm gonna lose some speed. But again, we do have a long runway over here. that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. All right, let's take this exit over here. All right, so welcome to Lyon, France, Saint-Exupéry Airport. Let's clean this up. And bring up the flaps and taxi to our parking spot here. It's not a big deal, it's right straight ahead from us. Saint-Exupéry Airport. So I believe they gave the name to this airport for the French writer who wrote The Little Prince. Saint-Exupéry. Alright, let's find a nice parking spot over here.
5 minutes later.
Alright. So there you have it, my friends. We successfully did an ILS approach and landing on Lyon Saint-Exupéry Airport. As you can see, with the 750, it's fairly easy to do this. Well, if you know what you're doing and you set it up correctly. So I know certainly you can do it the old-fashioned way with your radios and your instruments here. However, like I said before, I just like the 750. It gives me more situational awareness, and it's just works really well with this aircraft. So there you have it. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do it and support our channel. We we usually do some instructional videos and some fun videos, but mostly we like to promote pet adoptions in all the cities that we fly into. So if you want to support our channel, go ahead and buy me coffee or join my Patreon account. That will be great if you can do that and support our cause. Thank you very much. And as I always want to remind people that when you fly CGI Air.